As television technology continues to advance, broadcasters are on the lookout for the next big thing. We've got colour, video and NICAM digital stereo. So what's next? Channel 4 thinks it's widescreen television and have started experimental transmissions. But does having a widescreen mean you get more for your money?
Channel 4's new building is the most futuristic broadcasting centre in Great Britain. They also have a vision of the shape of picture that you'll be seeing on your television set at home. It's 16 by 9 widescreen. The normal TV is 4 by 3. I asked Chris Daubney, Chief Engineer at Channel 4, why widescreen?
When cinema experimented with wider things, people said fine, but actually realised it was over wide. Television, I think, has conversely been more and more seen, particularly when it's referenced against film and the cinema, as too narrow. And in the end, a picture shape somewhere in the middle has tended to come out, which is not actually a coincidence, because for many, many centuries, the great artists of this world have known in composing their pictures, certainly the dominant parts of those pictures, that there is a certain ratio of shape which appeals to the eye brain.
This sounds great, but these 16 by 9 pictures appear on my television set with a bar at the top and the bottom of the screen. Not only do they not fill the screen, but the picture generally is reduced in size.
You have therefore somehow to fiddle the wider shaped picture onto an existing shape of screen. That we have done as a compromise with small amounts of black bars at top and bottom. Sometimes you have too much and you get it wrong, and we find out we've got it wrong. Sometimes you have too little and the public complain to us when we're showing widescreen films, we're not showing it properly.
The majority of people do not have widescreen sets, and at £1,300 each will not have for the foreseeable future. Channel 4 are introducing this system during normal transmission hours. I believe this tryout should be done in the early hours when the least number of viewers are affected.
The channel is certainly not going to endanger its audience. The channel is actually determined to show that either this system works or it doesn't work. We've shown, we believe, with reasonable certainty that in terms of film production on television, that is what the audience expect and like and is moving forward.
I don't agree with you, Chris. I've got to cut across you. I'm sorry. I don't agree with you. Why have you not waited like the BBC have?
Well, the BBC have chosen to go a different way. The BBC, I don't think, have also seen all the arguments.
I think one has to take the concerns of the viewer into account in determining how you move to widescreen, and certainly the letterbox working that you refer to is something which hasn't been broadly accepted across the full range of programmes, and that has to be one factor in considering how we move to widescreen.
If you start your widescreen transmissions, will you provide a duplicate service for the majority of viewers who only have standard television sets?
Certainly in the early days of digital terrestrial television, the likelihood is that people will be receiving the service through an add-on box, a set-top box. And that set-top box could be made to work with either a widescreen receiver or a conventional 4x3 receiver, and it would then be up to the viewer to select which they thought was the more appropriate.
Channel 4 have jumped the gun on this one. We, the viewers, are being used for their experimental transmissions. If widescreen really is the future, I believe they should have waited until the system was fully developed.
Can we ever forgive the Australians for giving us Rolf Harris and Kylie?